Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like it's too hard? Do you feel like it doesn't matter? Have you tried before and it doesn't work? Do you not know where to start? Life is short. It doesn't have to be that way. Let me help you live your best life. This is Jason Williams, DO. This is the Williams Family Medicine channel. Today, I wanted to do a brief video talking about medical information. As a physician, I read articles, books, listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, use many different sources to educate myself. As a patient, sometimes your access to information is very limited. You have the choice of going online and researching by yourself, which can be very dangerous, or you have the choice of trusting your doctor, or you have a third choice of partnering with your doctor. Some doctors are more interested in reviewing articles than others. As a physician, there are some key points I quickly look to assess whether an article has merit. I wouldn't expect patients to know these things, but I will share a little bit of my process of reviewing an article. When I try to apply information I have learned, I try to use the best evidence-based medicine that exists. I try to use the most reputable sources for information that are widely accepted. I also try to assess whether this is a randomized controlled trial. I try to see if the study is based on a review of multiple articles regarding the subject. In any particular study, I try to look at the problem that is to be answered, how the problem is set out in the methods, the population of people that are affected, the number of people in the study, the outcome of the study, and even the statistical methods used. Consider the weight of the study if it is an animal study versus a human subject study. Of course, human study subjects carry much more weight. I tried to search for statistical trickery with the report of relative risk reduction versus absolute risk reduction, which can significantly overstate the benefit of a certain intervention. I tried to look for some key metrics such as the number of patients needed to treat and the number of patients needed to harm. Try to assess the healthy user bias. The healthy user bias is a scenario where a healthy intervention is to be adopted by patients. Those that are more concerned with health will tend to add on other healthy interventions that can skew the data and the results. I also try to look for bias in the study, and if I can, see who sponsored the study. If it's a pharmaceutical sponsored study, that tells me quite a lot. I also consider the power of anecdote and case reports. In the case of nutrition, for example, there is not much money to be made on many interventions. Pharmaceutical companies may not stand to benefit financially from a discovery. Therefore, I'm not clear that some of these studies will ever be done. If I do feel that there's an intervention that seems helpful in individual case reports for thousands and even hundreds of thousands of people, I will certainly weigh that heavily. Even though I can't use a specific randomized controlled trial to back up my information. I have purposefully not explained all of these definitions with these terms that I've used. I don't really want you to focus on this as a patient. I just want you to know that there are certain things I think about when I review studies. When you think of your physician as a scientist, but someone that can also partner with your health. When you have a consultation visit with a lawyer, you are relying on their expertise to help you navigate the law. Your doctor knows a lot of information, has a foundation in basics of medicine, and some are very well versed in analyzing studies and reviewing data and knowing what is plausible based on their experience and knowledge of physiology, biochemistry, etc. So please realize your limitation as a patient that has less knowledge base than your physician. If you have other family members that are in the medical field and that are willing to help you with sorting through information or discussing a particular topic, please contact them and discuss it. In a physician-patient relationship, there needs to be a trust. This has to be built over time, and it's okay to have healthy skepticism. When you work with a physician, though, please give grace. Physicians cannot know everything about all things. They might know a lot of things very well in their particular arena, but the mountains of research and new discoveries that occur on a regular basis are very difficult to keep up with. If you ask your physician a question that they don't know the answer of, then hopefully the physician will admit that and will ask for time to research the topic and get back with you. Don't consider this a failure. If this occurs, try to partner with your physician. I would exercise extreme caution with using the internet for information. I have had many occurrences where patients have suffered unnecessarily, mentally and even physically, by what they have read. I remember a particular occurrence of a young mother with their 6-month-old newborn that I saw in the emergency department. The mother was distraught, crying, tearful, very upset. I asked her what her concern was, and she informed me that she knew what was wrong with her baby because she had looked it up on the internet. As she was heavily sobbing, she told me that she knew her baby had a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm and was going to die. She felt this because she noticed that the abdominal wall muscles pushed up when the baby cried. She looked it up on Google and realized that that probably represented a pulsatile mass that was a sign of a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm. Immediately, I tried to help with damage control, informing her that that was not correct, that her baby was not going to die. I explained the mechanism behind what she was seeing to try to ease her tension. This is just one illustration of the harm that can come from using the internet without an appropriate background knowledge base. I'm going to try to keep up with the literature as best as possible, knowing that there's no possible way I can know everything about all things. One of my policies is to not be an early adopter of new medications. New medications, unless they are a tweak of an existing medication, which in that case probably would be fairly safe, there's probably not so much risk. Even after clinical trials and testing, brand new medications still can be a risk for patients. I like to wait and see the track record of medication after it's been out before I recommend it for my patients. I will admit and acknowledge that the medicine exists, and especially if a patient asks, but I will also qualify that I can't tell them about track record with a new medicine. This is Jason Williams, DO. This is the Williams Family Medicine Channel, and I would like to help you live your best life. Catch you on next video.